நமக்கு வார்த்தை இல்லையே. சத்குரு சரணம், சத்குரு சரணம், கணக்கன் பட்டி சத்குருவே சாமி சரணம். சத்குரு சரணம், சத்குரு சரணம், கணக்கன் பட்டி சத்குருவின் பாதம் சரணம். கேளுங்க கேளுங்க கணக்கன் கதையை கேளுங்க. பாருங்க பாருங்க சத்குருவின் புகழை பாருங்க. கேளுங்க கேளுங்க கணக்கன்பதி கதையை கேளுங்க. பாடுங்க பாடுங்க சத்குருவின் புகழை பாடுங்க. காரணம் ஏதுமின்றி கருணை செய்வானை, காரணம் ஏதுமின்றி கருணை செய்வானை சரணம் சரணம் சொல்லி
இது வச்சிருக்கியா? நீ பண்ண சொன்ன என்ன பண்ண சொல்றியா? சரி, இந்த ஃபைல் நான் ஓபன் பண்ணுறேன். ஃபைல் ஓபன் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கியா? சரி, பார்க்கலாம்.
Share screen.
பண்ணிட்டேன்.
And then you go to this one. I can't see from here.
Share screen. Then I got it. You got it.
That's the one.
Okay, start.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you can hear me. Shall we start? வணக்கம். அங்கச்சேசி வணக்கம். ஆரம்பிக்கலாம். வால்யூம் ஃபுல்லாக வச்சிருக்கியா?
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Namah Suryaya Chandraya Bangalaya Budhaya Cha Guru Shukra Shani Vescha Rahuve Ketuve Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
Deep breathing. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Inhaling with walk with your breath. Exhaling, see in your breath. 7 times. Follow through. When you inhale, exhale, make sure your whole body relax, head to toe. Mm. 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 Om Kriya Babaji Namo. Om Kriya Babaji Namo. Om Kriya Babaji Namo. Let's start our pranayama with the Turiya consciousness. Step 1 pranayama. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply. Inhaling Va in your breath and exhaling Si in your breath. If you know Sushumna Nadi, breathe through Sushumna Nadi 7 times. Follow me through. Step 2 pranayama. Inhaling deeply and exhaling halfway through 7 times. Follow me. Third pranayama. Inhaling deeply and exhaling in a single breath 7 times. Saying Va and Si. Inhaling, exhaling. with the transcendental consciousness, with complete body, mind, and soul energy. We're praying again, Dhanvantri is there to help us to get out of this COVID-19 situation again. And 7 times. She will say the mantra, and then we'll pray Babaji to help us from this getting out of the situation.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo. Couple of important things about our practice coming as a message. Number one, when we meditate deeply with our mantra, Bija mantra, remember the reason we are reducing the volume of the Bija mantra sound slowly, little by little, is to transcend our thoughts, completely. And during that process, we are transcending our karmas also. The thoughts get finer and finer and finer because of the way we say the mantra. The thoughts get finer and finer. And there's a point at which some of you may be able to touch the substratum, the bottommost part of the ocean of our mind and thought. And during this process, your body may shake. You may have some tingling sensation. You may have deep breathing, different kind of breathing. All this will happen. So do not control yourself. Relax your body, free your body completely, because you are focusing only on your thoughts, mind, body, and soul. So just relax and leave the body the way it behaves. I have seen in many of my gurus' meditation session, people start crying, shouting, so many laughing, so many different expressions come. If some of those expressions come, just keep ahead, keep going with your meditation. Whatever happens to your body, don't worry about it. But your focus should be only on the mantra and meditation. The reason I'm saying this, because there is a connection between, some of you can understand through your intuition, there is a connection between our imprints in our soul and the way our body has been given to us, and also the expression of the body. It's a very, very finer intuitive concept you should understand. So that is why you are getting this kind of feeling, this kind of emotions coming down. But all of these will completely subside after a while, and you'll be completely in a substratum all the time. That is the self-realized nature. Even if a little bit of time, it's almost like the breeze close to the ocean I always talk about. So keep on going there, deepening your awareness. It will become part of you and yourself. That will become your nature. So your consciousness will be there in a place where there is no karmic imprints. There is no karmic influence. Okay? So that is what we are trying to attain by these techniques discovered by the ancients, Rishis and Siddhas. Remember, this is only a tool. It's only a technique. The experience is much, very, very important. So unless you practice, this won't happen. Practice is very important. Sadhana is very, very important. So that's a message about the meditation. Because you can ask questions in between once I is explaining this concept. And the message about our pranayam. Do not think pranayam because it looks very simple. Do not ignore or avoid during the weekdays when you do before meditation. Do this pranayam, don't forget. Pranayam is also helping you to get a lot of pranic energy. More pranic energy in your body, complete resistance to disease. All the diseases will just run away from your body. Remember, I always tell you difference between, one of the very important difference between Ayurvedic medicines and Siddha medicines, Siddha techniques, is this part. So pranayam is part and parcel of our Siddha techniques. You have to do it. More and more pranic energy you expand or keep in your body, more immune resistance, more healthy nature of the body, more anti-disease, more anti-aging also. Remember, the main aim of all these tools and techniques is to get disease-free body completely, and completely the influence of age should not affect us too much. Unless we want to drop the body, it won't drop on its own. Okay, so that is if you have a control. By now, some of you might have seen that you have a little bit of control over your breath, a little bit of control about your thoughts also. So, just like how meditation is important for the soul, pranayam is also important for the pranic energy and the immunity of the body. Particularly, this is more relevant to this COVID-19 situation. Now, scientifically speaking, now they are all coming up with all this explanation how pranayam is helping people. They say your bronchioles, all of after the nose, you have the nasopharynx, and then you have the bronchi, and then you have branches of the bronchioles, bronchi, and then bronchioles, those balloon-like structure, they all expand. So that is why they say, that is why these people who do pranayam continuously are able to live longer and they're in the disease. Whatever explanation they give, it is more deeper than that. We are not only inhaling and expanding these bronchi and bronchioles, we're also getting pranic energy. That is why one of the way we breathe, we have a different kind of breathing, And I think I explained to you earlier, the breath we are taking is called Ujjaini breath. In yoga, we have the term called Ujjaini breath. Ujjaini breath is almost like the breath of the snoring, breath which goes without our awareness. When you snore, that kind of breath, we do it consciously. And some of you know Sushumna Nadi, if you are familiar with that. I think I explained in one of the other classes. If you know Sushumna Nadi, if you inhale and exhale through the Sushumna Nadi, that will sound like as though you are making a snoring sound. But in deep meditation, automatically this breath will start coming. If you really analyze your breath before meditation and after meditation, you can see the difference. So don't worry if you don't know Sushumna Nadi, but the theoretical explanation is, like out of those 72,000 nadis, these three nadis, Idagala, Pingala, and Sushumna. Idagala is the left, Pingala is the right, and Sushumna is the center, right? The center part. So left and right, and then center. So that is where the location of the Sushumna, and this breath automatically comes to you after meditation. Or you can also think of it as the snoring breath, but we do it consciously. Because remember, that is why the normal breathing, the explaining in modern science, is not equivalent to the Sushumna Nadi breath. Sushumna Nadi breath is not by your nostrils. It is by the center Sushumna Nadi. And in complete deep meditation, that is why I always ask you after meditation, do you feel as though you are breathing through your third eye part or Agna Chakra? So ultimately, in deep samadhi state, people breathe only with their third eye or the Agna Chakra. They don't breathe their nose, okay? They don't breathe their nose. So completely in the third eye part, and many of the secrets, Siddhas won't tell unless people really practice it, and only few disciples will be given this knowledge. But because of Babaji's blessings, we're all getting this knowledge little by little, and I am conveying that message to you also. So the more and more you breathe through your Sushumna Nadi, and more you are going to feel this third eye or Agna Chakra breathing and stay there. Your awareness is completely out of your physical body. Your awareness completely in the Agna Chakra. And also you're holding a lot of pranic energy within your body. And a lot of Siddha happens. Siddha means Chitta. Chitta means that extraordinary power. Slowly you'll start developing some of the powers like clairvoyance, people calling, and when you think of them, whatever you ask for, it is given to you automatically. All those things happen, but those are all minor things. Okay, again, as I was telling you, if you're aware of that, use it positively to help yourself, to help other people, and blessing your children. Okay, blessing your children and your family members, you can use the power. So that is good. So all this, Siddha says step by step, all these will be happening, and there are signs and symptoms will show you on the way. Now, before we talked about all the theoretical concepts of how karmas can be removed, Tirumala song, all those stuff, you will completely take the knots of the past birth, karma, and all those stuff. Now you're practically understanding it. Remember the relationship between your meditation, your body shaking, and that really shows the finer connection between your karmic imprints and your physical body. So the karmic imprints only take your physical body form. Some people born with some disease, some people are completely healthy, some people come with disformities, a lot of problem in the body, all those things. That is why one of the Saint Avayar, another saint, when she talks about human body, it is very, very difficult to get human body. Then it's very difficult to get diseaseless body. When the birth itself. Very difficult to get good, without any deformation, complete body. and very difficult to get good education, very difficult to get good parents, very difficult to get good family life, and very difficult to get to the path of spiritual life, spiritual understanding, a guru, somebody to teach, somebody to follow. All right, so we are all given that great treasure to us. It's given to us, particularly our group of people. Always there is some reason to it. So we have to use this to the maximum, the effect, and whatever I've been asked by a guru to do, I'm doing it directly, indirectly. Some of them I cannot say openly. Some of them I'm doing it. Some people will be wondering what is going on. We start as a meditation group, and then suddenly this and that, suddenly Yoga University, Siddha Medicine, Medical Institute, all these things, it's all pushed by somebody and done by me. I'm only here as a tool. Whatever task is given to me, I am just giving to you. So anybody who's interested in participating in any of these activities, please do. If for some reason, if you do not want to, please let us know. I include all of you as members of our governing board, in the board of trustees for the university. And any of you don't want to participate, please let me know by the email. That is why I asked you to give the email only to those people who give the email. I send the action plan as instructions are given to me. I did that. And anybody, again, once you go through it, if you have any problem, any misunderstanding, or any even time's sake, any problem comes in, you can take your name off up there. But this board is going to meet at least once a month, and we are going to see how we can impart this knowledge to the world as much as possible. We have to do. Somebody has to start this. Somebody has to go on. I think that is why Babaji has been pushing me for quite some time. I was ignoring it all this time, and I apologized to him so many repeatedly. But now it's time we have to do this. Let us start. Let us start the wheel and see where it goes. Whatever we can do, let us do it, because Babaji is doing so much, giving us so much knowledge, so much information to us. So some of these duties assigned to us, we really have to do this. And it is a need of the world. You look around, look at COVID-19, look at people misunderstanding other people, right? So it is a confusion going around. You take any kind of field in the life, whether it is politics, whether it's economy, whether it is health, anything. If you follow the Siddha's path, if you following this traditional path, nothing, all these things will not happen at all. If you think each and every human being, as I always say, as a spark of the same spirit, then all these dissimilarities and discrimination and this and that will never happen. That is what our scriptures are always teaching. Remember, the Vallala Ramalinga Swami is one of those words I always repeatedly say, that Vadiya Pairai Kandabodallam Vadinen. See, this Siddha cannot even see a plant dwindling without water. Look at the compassion, look at the mercy. Even to the life of a plant, he just put his tears. Imagine the life of animals, life of the human beings, and people are suffering. So some of you might have seen information that so many animals are being slaughtered. So many animals are killed without any reason. And many places, brutally, even if you take these animals for food, at least kill those animals in a proper way. Brutally they kill, shooting them, this and that, all this happening. And the Mother Earth will not stay quiet for a long time. Somehow or other, she will show her anger also. So that is what's happening in reality. As a spiritual people, some of you will understand. So we have to really ask for forgiveness, and we have to really change the outlook of life. Otherwise, it will go on. And all the Siddhas, I was telling you all the time, Siddhas are ready to come into play. That is why all the interest in Siddha medicine and this and that is happening, and they are acting some way or other. And of course, Babaji is acting through people like us also. So, as in spite of a lot of difficulties, that is why I got this Kabasura Kudinir, the medicine from Siddhas, which has been formulated thousands of years ago. It is still useful. So do not take all those people who bought from our group, do not take this Kabasura Kudinir very lightly. Take it seriously. Take at least twice a week the kashayam or the extract of this plant. There are 15 herbals there, very, very finely chosen material they are. And so trust in that. And in terms of Dhanvantri, with the remembrance of Dhanvantri and Babaji, drink them at least once, twice a week, and then continue it at least for a month. Many of you have the 100 grams is more than enough for more than a month. So if you're out of it, please let me know. We have to continue this at least this until the COVID-19 goes away. Most of us need not worry too much because already we have the strength of our pranayam, our meditation, and also even the foods we take, vegetarian food with a lot of spices there, which are a lot of immune resistant. But still, since we are surrounded by so many people who mistreat life and also who don't want to follow some of the precautions, even by the allopathic medicine which has been given. So we have to be a little more careful, and we have to get along with their society and also follow our path, not deviate from our path of spiritual life. So that's a message I want to give you. And before we go to Patanjali Sutras, I just want to go through the action plan of our university. This is also the action plan of our Siddha Ayurveda Medical Research Institute. We like to call it SAMRI. And I think our Rangacharya was also there in the meeting with the Siddha, Indian Siddha. And Rishi was there the other day. And I already gave the information if you are interested. Only in Tamil, I have to translate. I'm translating side by side sometimes. And I'm also going to put that in our YouTube. So as you are watching the YouTube videos, on some days you can't attend for the satsang, you are watching that. I know I see a lot of views there. So similarly, I'm going to put the Siddha talk on Siddha medicine also. Remember, this is a Siddha in the southern part of India who's practicing all these techniques, who's living Siddha. And we really have to thank him for giving his time. So I took a lot of efforts to have some computer, Zoom, and a computer guy to go and take the Siddha and everything. Please use this as much as possible. If some of you join this meeting, if you don't know Tamil, then I'll be there to translate. We are doing it only in Tamil, only when we have only Tamil-speaking people. Otherwise, even though he speaks in Tamil, I translate. I use that opportunity since I want it to be very, very, as followers of Siddha and Babaji, three things we really have to be thorough knowledge of three things. As I always tell, number one, your own self. Who are you? Who am I? What is the car made of? What is this physical body made of? 96 tattvas, and we talked about all the time. And number two, the health part. Okay, make sure you know about Siddha medicine, the basis of Siddha medicine, what kind of things can happen due to your imprints, due to your surroundings, due to this karma of the world also, what we are facing through. So many things can happen. So make sure you are resistant to that. Don't be part of the same stream. So that knowledge we have, Siddha medicine knowledge, which I'm imparting slowly to you, even by giving certain medicines. And number three, the astrology, a little bit of astrological knowledge, Vedic astrology knowledge we need to have. I know Ayya Guru Rangachari Ayya has given some instruction to us, and I liked it. I was quite following it very regularly. I'm still following. And some of the basic ideas of that also going to be given. And he kindly agreed to give some lectures on a group. So we will use that also, along with some other astrologers from southern part of India. So you can have your own idea, your own idea based on your birth date and the planetary positions. Good place to start, good time to relax, good time to know that why you are getting the challenges in your life. So all of these are involved in Siddharth teachings. We are going to be talking about that slowly, little by little, little by little. And now we know you have this little bit of, even though we have theoretical knowledge, now slowly the practical experience, the faith comes to you, to some of you, and some of you still in that stage, believing in non-believing stage, how true it is. But there will be a point at which you will definitely understand all those Siddharth concepts, even though many of the information given to us is in the twilight language. I am decoding them, and you are experiencing them by our great Guru Babaji is helping us in some way or other. Okay, so with that intro, I'm going to put some information on your screen. So look at your screen to see the plan for the Yoga University of Americas. If some of you want to give your input, please give it. Or if you have any doubts, please ask me. I know our financial advisor, Mr. Rangachari, is there. Shyamji is there. Shyamji has a lot of experience in investments. He has done many, he has experienced so many financial considerations also. So they are experienced people. So we are there. Shyamji Rangachari is much younger than you. You should really see him also. So I think you remember if he told me he's about 84. He said, yeah, he's like 84 years old. Rangachari, sir, thanks for coming to our meetings, and we need your learned experience and knowledge to us also. And Swamji is also another younger person in our group who is also helping us in many of our discussion part. So we will take your help. So with that introduction, I'm going to put the things I sent through the email. Our action plan. Okay. So hopefully you are getting the action plan in your screen. Okay, you got it? Okay. So that is our emblem there, our university's emblem. All of you know that. And our main aim for our yoga university is, some of you went to our website. Main aim is education for self-realization. So self-realization, as all of you know, is very, very important. That is Babaji's concept, is not coming from me. And that is why Babaji has formed a self-realization fellowship a long time ago, even during the Yogananda time, great Rishi Yogananda time. Okay, so that is still available. Self-realization fellowship is still there. So that is our motto of our university. And we will be spreading this knowledge through adults as well as through our student youngsters. Slowly we will do that by different activities. And already we have been fortunate enough to have a group of people who are into this knowledge and teachings also. Whatever I'm teaching every day in satsang, every weekend in satsang, is nothing but given by Siddharth's knowledge, all of you know, and also through Babaji's blessings. Some of the knots are being taken off. Some of the silent language has been opened up. Okay, so I put all of you as in the board of trustees. So any of you, for some reason, if you want to take your name off, please let me know. There are some people who are not here. I will inform this information also to them. From the next meeting, when we are meeting once a month, hopefully all of them are going to be there. Hopefully all the people are going to be there. Okay. So in the second paragraph, I talked about how we really started. We started functioning from a small meditation satsang group We started in 2016 on Mother's Day. I always remember Mother's Day for Mother Mariamman because of my connection with Mariamman Temple. As all of you know, that is where I started teaching the Siddha's knowledge because of some people coming and asking me to give some information about this Mariamman Thalatu, the price of Mariamman. So that is where I started my teaching. And it so happened I started the teaching on a Mother's Day in 2016 and going on and even now. Of course, in the temple, I was teaching about more than 5 years or so. So it can say in 2011, 2012, I started giving the informations of the Siddhas. And then in November 2018, because of so much information coming to me through Babaji's grace, we started this Yoga University of the Americas. And later, because in Bangalore, they were asking about accreditation. How are you affiliated with any organization? Is it possible to have giving a degree? So since they were asking me, when our vice president, Yogi Devaraj, was here, he was pushing me to get an accreditation. So we finally we tried giving our courses and all the information. And finally, we got accredited by American Association of Drugless Practitioners with a certificate and everything. So we are accredited by that association, and we can practice this Siddha medicine as well as Siddha practices. And we can also teach once the people are given the credentials. And in India, there are many people who have their masters and all the degrees also from Yoga University of the Americas. And we haven't started seriously, but we are considering hereafter with proper accreditation and proper teachings and everything. We are still working on the curriculum. We'll be giving it soon. So our first course, and when I say first course, it was the explanation of all the things we talked about in satsang. We talked about who am I. We talked about the 96 tattvas. Of course, all of the information is there in the YouTube, in our website. As well as in our YouTube videos. You can always go to that part to review some of the knowledge given by Babaji, and that can be reviewed also. So that is available for everybody anytime, free of cost. You can always go and look at it. That is the gift of Babaji to all of us. Okay, so now because of the interest in the Siddha medicine, particularly this time, COVID-19 time, a lot of people asking about this. So in fact, I got 2 batches of the Kabasura Kudineer Siddha medicine, and I'm already completely sold out. I just offered them. I just got them only for my personal use, but now I'm completely out of it. I've lost dosage, and we are going to get one more shipment very soon, next week. So some of you are out of this Kabasura Kudineer, please wait for a week, and then you can inform me, and I can give it to you also. And even if your friends, if you want to help your friends, please let them know. We really want to do this as a service because of the intense situation of the COVID-19 in our counties, particularly in our Tri-County area, Broward, Palm Beach, and Miami-Dade. We really have the duty to take care of our friends also. So please let them know, but you don't need to go and ask them seriously, but at least let them know it is available. Okay, since you are all enjoying that benefit. And there are some scientific evidences also that it is working. I think many of you might have seen the information I sent. So, and we always trust in Siddhas. All of you know the deep knowledge they have. If they have gotten these herbs in their deep meditation, there is no doubt this has a proper positive influence. We don't need scientific evidence, but for people who are looking for the evidence, we are really making the evidence through treating the patients in India, as well as I am planning to do some studies also very soon, writing some grants and all those stuff. But we strongly believe it, and we strongly it works. And if it works very nicely, if it goes along with your meditation, pranayama, and other practices, particularly the practice we were talking about, this Panchendriya cleaning. Remember, we talked about cleaning your eyes, cleaning your nose by neti, cleaning your eyes by the ice cup, and cleaning your ears, and also oil pulling, cleaning your mouth, all those things. If some of you are not practicing it, you know the techniques, please let me know. I know some people came here personally to a house, they learned it and went. The same way you can also do it. So you practice this Panchendriya cleaning plus your meditation, nothing will affect you. And along with that, we also have this Kabashara Krini Siddha medicine with us. Just take twice a week, and nothing will approach any kind of virus. Even if this COVID-19 is mutating, come in different form, any other virus, we don't need to worry. So Babaji wants to all of us have a diseaseless body, and we will be example to the future generations. How we knocked out this diseased body to diseaseless one, how we knocked out this aging body to ageless one, and all those stuff. So of course our Guru is always there as an example for us. He is the evidence that it is possible, and we are following the Mahavatar. So we don't need to worry about whether it is going to be possible or not. His blessings are always with us, and he's acting through us also. So you can strongly believe on these medicines and so help your community also. So that is the reason why we have, by blessings of Babaji, we have Siddha also in touch with us all the time. And he's coming and giving us medicines as well as some knowledge of the Siddha medicine deeper than what I have told you. So which I will interpret also in English quite often. Siddha Ayurveda medical research, I'm in the third paragraph already. Siddha Ayurveda Medical Institute has been formed recently. We call this SAMRI, Siddha Ayurveda Medical Research Institute. This institute will be functioning here as well as in India. In Indian branch, we have some people working there. I already hired one computer guy. He's working for us to get the Siddhas, and as well as the Siddhas are giving us medicines. And there are a lot of companies, Siddha medicine companies, which will be supplying some of the materials we need for the Panchendriya cleaning, as well as for emergency situation like this COVID-19, or even any other problem you have. You have any other respiratory problems, any other diabetic problems, blood pressure problem, any problem, please go to allopathy as a final stage. Do not go into modern medicine and then get the side effects and then get some other disease. Diseases come one after another because of the side effects. We don't want to go there. As a strong believer of Siddha's knowledge, Siddha medicine, please go to allopathy only at the end in case of emergency. Otherwise, do not go there. Try to treat it by yourself first, by the techniques given by Babaji to us. And if not, our Siddha people are here, Siddha medical people are here, and I can help you also. We will recommend some of the things. You can use it all by herbals and nature. And then if nothing is impossible, nothing is possible, by emergency situation, maybe you can use them. Even in the emergency, I don't want to stay in the allopathy medicine for a long period of time, because the side effects of those medicines is going to affect your essential nature of the body. We know that is your breathing system, your lungs, your liver and kidneys, essential organs will be trapped by the toxicity of those medicines. And also it will affect your pranic energy. It will put your pranic energy down by having side effects of headache or sleepiness and all those stuff. You have to be always aware with your supreme intelligence given by our Lord Almighty. That is really taken away by the modern medicines. So you have to be very, very careful. So please try your best to avoid these modern medicines, even if you are taking now. And we can always give suggestion for that. Okay, so that institute is recently formed. And so because of the lack of knowledge of Siddha medicines, now we are prescribing, we are making two courses, particularly the one with the diploma in Siddha Ayurveda Medical Sciences. It is very, very pertinent, very good for students who are in college or high school students. Some of the youngsters in their 20s, 30s, 40s, for us they are youngsters. So definitely you can also use this. And this is essentially to practice yourself as well as help others. So year 1, we are going to include studies in the Siddha Ayurveda systems. Some of them will be taught by our group. Some of them will be taught by Siddhas and Ayurvedic people from India. And we will explain principles, diagnosis, and treatment modalities of various human disorders, diseases. So year number 1, they'll be taught in Siddha Ayurveda systems properly. All right, so that is the year 1. Most of the thing will be online. Some of them will be personally talking to those people, and you may have in person also when they come to States or when you go to India. That can also possible. And year 2, we are going to teach them knowledge of the allopathy systems, principles, diagnosis, and treatment modalities of various disorders, and diseases of the human body. So this is what all these modern medical people study before they come to practice. They usually, in the modern medicine, allopathy, they just read about all the different systems of the body, starting with your respiratory system, integumentary skin system, respiratory system. They study about circulatory systems. They study about the urinogenital system, immune system, and so on, the basic principles of microbiology and everything. And then they learn to go to practice in the hospitals using the internship. And then they graduate, and then they go and treat the patients. So a little bit of knowledge for 1 year. These people will have the knowledge of these principles, how they are treated. And of course, we'll have some classes by the modern MDs and MBBS people also, by them, as well as some of the classes. We also teach in biomedical sciences, so we'll also be there in pathophysiology, microbiology, and all those basic sciences. So we'll give them knowledge of practice also through allopathy doctors. So they'll have the complete knowledge of that in year 2. And then, since they are very familiar with the Siddha system also, about the nadis, about the chakras, about the 96 tattvas, principles, what we talked about, Siddha medicine also from year 1, they'll be ready to get to the use of integrative medicines, how it can be used in a combined way to the patient. There are a lot of diseases allopathy medicine do not have. I can tell you a couple of them. One is psoriasis, some of the diseases of the skin. Even now they are having the lot of research going on. I've been part of the Psoriasis Research Foundation, and we try to get some research grants from them also. Aulavino National Cancer Institute. They're still working on problems of cancer, even though they know how to extend the lifetime of the cancer patients. There's no complete cure. And number 3, again, the AIDS, HIV, the same problem. Now we have one more COVID-19. Along with that, we don't have medicines completely. So some of these problems when these allopathy doctors face, we can give them some suggestions. We can see them some techniques along with some medicines. So these people who are trained in year 2, they will be ready to give it to them some of the medicines available to these doctors, as well as some of the techniques available. One of the real technique I will tell you is our neti. Neti for treating our respiratory passage, the nasopharynx, bronchi. I don't know how many of you know, in India, in some hospitals, doctors, MBBS, MD doctors are practicing this neti, cleaning the nasal passage, cleaning the nasopharynx, because they are treating the COVID-19 patients, many of them get infected. So when they keep the nasal passage very clean, the chances of getting them infected with the COVID-19 is much less. And they have the one hospital, none of the doctors ever had this symptom. It seems none of the healthcare workers. They are proving again and again, these are all working. So these kind of techniques can be suggested to the allopathy doctors also. And then they can get the practice from these people who went through the course with us, and they can teach. The allopathy doctors do not need to go for finding the medicines. Say, for example, this Kabasura Kudineer or some other medicine for other diseases, COVID-19 or psoriasis. So these people can suggest, and they can also give the medicines to these doctors so they can prescribe. Since they are licensed medical practitioners, those MBBS, MD doctors, so we don't want to get these people involved in all those licensing and problems of ignorance, because of ignorance, people having problem and suing and all those stuff. Since these people are working under the licensed practitioners, it is allowed by WHO and other people. In fact, World Health Organization at this point of COVID-19 period, they asked to try any kind of medicine. They openly say, try any kind of medicine if they have some influence on COVID-19, because we are in such a grim situation all over the world, particularly our country. USA is in a very bad situation, as all of you know. So WHO recommends try any different kind of medicine, not only allopathy, and try whether it can be. Okay, only some of the narrow-minded people do not allow, not only here in this country, yes, it is happening in India also, unfortunately. That is why even there we see so many COVID-19 patients coming up, and they cannot be completely cured. Even in southern part of India, as somebody was asking me the question the other day, even there it is happening and people are not believing it. There are some forces blocking the Siddha and Ayurvedic medicine coming to the market and also being followed. So this is why we have to really intensely work here as well as in India, as an example, to try these people getting into practice very soon. Another couple of years, these people will be ready to do some help. Even if they have some other qualification, even if they have something else going on, like us, we have been trained in different field. We are ready to be in this fight against this health problem. So year 2, when they study, they will have the knowledge of the integrative medicine as well as treating the patients and helping the allopathy doctors also, those who are open-minded. All right, so year 3 is a residency program with the licensed allopathy medical practitioners. So the year 3, they will be doing this is what I was talking about. They will be conversing with the doctors. They will be suggesting these medicines. If some of the doctors are open-minded, they can also go and sit in their office for some time, once a week, whatever time they give, and see some of the patients. And along with the doctors, they can talk about it. And then they can also tell some of the medicines available. Actually, allopathy medicines are very, very cheap. You can look at this Kabasura Kudinir. I just gave only the procurement and the shipping charges. I gave only $15 compared to the ICU cost, and also the cost of diagnosing the patients and cost of tests, all those things. Imagine all those things you'll be avoiding. It will be very cheap treatment for these allopathic doctors. The ultimate aim here is to treat the patient, get rid of the disease. That is the ultimate aim. Whether it is coming through the allopathy, Siddha, Ayurveda, we don't care. I'm sure that is what the doctors are also trying. They're also trying the best to take care of the disease going away, and they get their name also through our Siddha and allopathy. So once these we keep on doing, I'm sure we will come to a day where they will really look at us in a different direction and look for different research and try to integrate this medicine along with the modern medicine also. Time is not far away for that also. And Babaji will definitely guide us through this. And we have a lot of plans through our Yoga University as well as our Siddha Ayurveda Medical Research Institute. Also, in future, we want to write some grants through AYUSH, part of the Indian government, as well as NIH through the branch of the National Institute of Complementary Medicine or National Institute of Alternative Medicine we already have. And people are already doing some research on acupuncture and other aspects of alternative medicine. I'm sure the time will come, they will accept our Siddha Ayurvedic medicine also, put it into practice, and accept this integrative medicine very soon. And really, people like us really have to be involved in this as much as possible. That is our main aim. So again, at the end of this thing, if you have any questions, comments, you can really participate. Now, the qualification for this 3-year diploma course, I have from high school. I'm going to do this in India. I'm going to take people who know the local language. It will be very easy for them. Here, of course, any of these students who are interested, we can take from after high school level also. And then undergraduates of any discipline. I know many of us have an undergraduate degree. So whether you are an English literature graduate or physics or any other graduate, political science, still you'll be able to understand if you're really into this, if you're really spiritually oriented, and trust in all this, you will easily get the knowledge. And I'm sure Babaji is going to help in that aspect also. Okay, so that is about the first course we are going to talk about. It's a long course for 3 years. It is planned. And course number 2 is a certificate course in Siddha Ayurvedic Medical Sciences. We call the SAM certificate. And this course will be given for only 1 year. Students who finish this certificate course will be eligible to get the SAM diploma in 2 years. Some of you want to take this and then you want to go higher level diploma, then you can take that one within 2 years only. Instead of 3 years, you can reduce to 1 year because you're taking 1 year course already on the basis of the Siddha Ayurvedic Medical Sciences. So if these students come out of this program of the certificate course only 1 year, they will treat only themselves as well as within their family only, family members, trusted family members only, because we don't want people to get sued upon and recommending them and all those stuff. That is why even when I was giving this Kabashwara Kudineer, I was focusing only on people who know about this, who have studied about this, not to people who are unaware of it. Right now, we can't give that. Only to the people who knows, who trust in Siddha medicines. I'm giving it to people. I'm giving only a few of these samples which I'm getting for my personal use. So you should also do the same thing. After 1 year, you can explore these Siddha medicines. You can get it from us, from our Siddha people, from our group, from our connection, and then you can use it regularly. In fact, one of the things we are planning to give everybody is a Siddha tea. Siddha tea, which is having all the herbal supplements. Instead of taking regular tea and coffee, if you take this Siddha preparation every day, you don't need to take all these precautions with the medicines also. So every day you're taking a little bit of Siddha preparations, your body will be completely immune to these diseases, as well as you'll have more strength, pranic energy also to do your hatha yoga or pranayam or meditation. Okay, so these are all prescriptions and things followed by Siddhas, as including our Babaji himself. I know in Babaji's history, having studied thoroughly Babaji's writings, many times whenever he takes people to his ashram, which is Gauri Shankar Peedam in Himalayas, whenever he take them to Gauri Shankar Peedam, he always makes sure they take an oil bath. Babaji himself touches the top of the head and the Sahasrara chakra. He puts the oil, and then he makes them to take a deep bath and clean bath with the sesame oil, and then he gives some medicines to make the complete system clean, and then only he will give the initiation, is the treatment in Gauri Shankar Peedam. And many of the people who have gotten the initiation from Babaji himself have written about it, and I myself have some little bit of personal experience on this also. So it is a well-versed thing among the Siddhas, including our Guru Bhagavata Babaji, to follow this system of Siddha medicine. So we can trust on this. So you can use it yourself, your family members, trustingly with the name of Babaji, and the people who discovered this, like Dhanvantari, Agastya Siddha, Tirumala Siddha, Bhoganatha Siddha, all those Siddhas who discovered this medicine. Remember, this Kabashwara Kudineer, it came from Vaidya Siddha Tiratu, that came from Agastya. Siddha Agastya himself wrote a formula for this kind of Kaba, this kind of respiratory disease. So you can imagine the power of this Kabashwara Kudineer. We trust it. We trust very strongly. They themselves, in their deep meditation, look at the systems inside the body, look at the energy, look at the breathing system, look at the chakras, and then go and look at these herbals, which has the Kapha effect or Pitta effect or the Vata effect, and then they combine all of the herbals. When they combine all the herbals, they have more additive effect. Then they prescribe, then they give it to people. So this is an amazing combination. You won't realize the importance of this medicine unless you really go and do some research into Siddha's teachings and Siddha's writings. Many of them are Twilight language, and taking that, and these preparations have been taken. So please appreciate and use it, and with the reverence to our ancestors, the reverence to Siddhas and our gurus like Mahavatar Babaji. So with that, it will definitely helpful to you as well as to your family members. So the first year course and curricula of the above mentioned diploma course certificate will be given to those people who are interested in taking it only to themselves and the family members. But if by interest you want to go further as a diploma course, you can always go for another 2 years to get a diploma from our university. And it's available to people in India as well as people all over the world, particularly to people in states. And if you know anybody who's interested, whether abroad, even in like Pandit Rishi may be giving it to Guyanese people, and we know some friends in Trinidad, any Caribbean people, all over, anybody in Europe, Singapore, Malaysia, many of the Southeast Asian countries, they are very familiar with the Siddha medicines. In fact, some of them are much more better than me and other people, and since they have the knowledge in their back. Like in Singapore, one of the official languages is Tamil, so many people know about it. In Malaysia, again, one of the languages, official languages, South Indian language also, they are also very familiar. And Ayurvedic medicine is popular all over the world, all of you know that. So we can definitely give the information to other people, as well as we will also try to get into the website and try to spread this knowledge to people all over the world. The course fees is very, very small amount we are taking initially. And once you have a proper building, proper facilities and everything, and once you can get the student aid and all those things appropriately, whatever the government recommends, then you will put it. Right now, it is a nice time, good time to practice, get this knowledge, because we are giving it in a very, very, very small fraction of the cost, so that everybody can get it. And we are not coming under the restriction of the government, how much you have to put for each credit, each course, and all those stuff. And even some of the people in India can also afford to get this. I am planning to give to the Indian students, instead of $400 a year, 400 rupees to them, because they really deserve it, because knowledge comes from that part of the world. We can ask many of these students who are really looking for some opportunity to practice as well as to get a job. So it will also be helpful for them, and not only to treat the patients like this, also to make preparations. They can grow some of these herbals. They can make preparations themselves. They can get license from the government and then give it to us. Because if it spreads all over the world, there will be a lot of need for this. When many people are asking this Kabashwara Kudineer, I have many people I cannot give them. I always tell them, please wait for one more week. I'm out of it. The last batch I was giving to was Guru Rangachari. Okay, so our time is going up. Yes, she's showing me the time, but let me finish this a little bit more. Because Babaji's influence on developing this university and the courses is a lot. So as I said before, I'm just doing all this as a tool. So this is my duty to explain to you, and then whatever you decide, if you want to follow, or if you want to just be a silent witness, silent supporter, that is fine too. These are all up to you, but my duty is to explain whatever is given to me by our Guru. So we have a scholarship financial aid. Right now we don't have, but however, we can arrange for some of the loans, because I know different places where people can give loans for this kind of education, because we are a non-profit institution. So we can easily get the loans and then give it to people also. Now, other investments. As we are developing for a bigger goal, we will be spreading to all the different countries, particularly the people who have migrated from India, who have been to the Indian origin. They are all really interested. When myself and our Vice President, Yogi Devaraj, went to Trinidad last summer, we saw so much of interest in people, and we really need more people to teach. That is one of the reasons I asked many of the Indian students to get ready with this, so they can go and spread the knowledge also. If some of you are interested in spreading the knowledge to the world, you can also get trained in this, and maybe after your retirement time, because we are all going to be hale and healthy after retirement also, because we have been given the knowledge of to be diseaseless and healthy, ageless kind of thing. So after retirement, we can all work on spreading the knowledge all over the world, so that you can do also. So anyway, the plan is to spread all over the world. So investments are going to be there. And also, some of you have been talking about retreat where we can focus on complete 2 days, 3 days on Siddha's knowledge, immerse in meditation, immerse in introspection, immerse in self-realization. So for that, we need a place. We need a place completely focused only for this kind of knowledge. Some of the people may come from out of the state. Some of the people may come out of the country to teach, like our Guruji Devaraj may come from India. And now I'm planning to bring some Siddhas also, if possible, including the Siddha we have been keeping in touch. So we need a place for that. So for that, we are looking at a place. I have given the address. You may look at the property in Zillow also. Approximately the mortgage, if you take a mortgage, it comes up on $3,000 a month, including association fees and etc. So I'm giving an idea of having shares. I have shares of $100 a month, so it can go to 30 shares. Some of you want to have one or two more shares, that's fine too. So depending on the number of shares, you can come and stay in that place and have the retreat. So if somebody have 5 shares, they can have 5 days a month. Is every month you're getting, not once a year. Every month you can say 5 days. If you have 5 shares, if you have only 1 share, 1 day or 2 days, 2 shares for 2 days, etc. And as I said, you can also use this time for getting the Siddha knowledge, and I myself and other teachers will be helping you. This is the place we are looking at right now. If we don't get it for some reason or another, we can always look for other places and little more better place and better area and wider place also. So this is only an example I'm giving where it is available. And as some of you know, I also have a real estate license. I can find a better place for better value. And also when the value will keep on, we find a place where the house values really keep on increasing, like Pembroke Pines or Western area where it's really increasing. So once the value goes up, all of you will be taking a share of that value increase. So if somebody wants to take off your money after 5 years, you can have 7% interest or so. If you want to keep 10 years for some time, of 10 years is minimum time, you will get 10% interest on your investment. So this will, number one, it will be helpful for you to develop a spiritual knowledge. Number two, you are really donating a non-profit institution, and also you're investing, your money is also growing in the name of our yoga university, and you will be the founding partners of the university also. Okay, so eventually it's always win-win situation as we are talking about. I know that our senior member Rangachari, Mr. Rangachari is here. He's been in the investment business for quite some time. He's also a financial advisor. He had a company. He's a MBA in that finance line, and he can help us also in this. And he can also suggest or advise on this also, along with Shyamji, who has a lot of experience too in this investment line. So again, anybody else have ideas and suggestions, please let us know. And also, other thing is to get some donations. Since I have a nonprofit authorization, we can always get the donation and get the tax exempt status also. Okay. Also remember, as a nonprofit institution, we can also give time for some of these school students. If they really help us, we can also give, what do you call that? The students work பண்ணாங்கன்னா, if the students are working for us, some time.
Volunteer hours.
Volunteer hours. We can also give volunteer hours as a non-profit students. So any of you know, if they want to help, they can, once we get a place, they can come and help us cleaning. They can also help us making the arrangements and all those stuff. So that can be given also. And also one of the doctors, as I was telling some of you know, I have included in the group also The Dr. Pinaka is very much interested in all the things we do. She is a very popular nephrologist in the Tennessee area, and both the husband and wife, they are interested, and she wants to take a lead. She is the president of American Association of Yoga in Tennessee, and when we are arranging for a conference, I met this couple, and they are very much interested in this, and they want to also help us in our institution. So I am suggesting them to make as a board of trustees chair, and then so they can include there some of the doctor friends also, since we are developing this course with the help of the allopathy doctors also, and people from St. Lucia may also get involved. I'm going to talk to the dean of the Health Sciences University, since we know them very well, so they will also be part of it. So we'll have a very good connection with the doctors, and we should try to include them because of this COVID-19 situation right now and the need of the hour. Okay. Again, any questions, anything, you can always email me also and suggest me. If some of you don't want to take active part, being a silent partition, you want to participate silently and bless our growth, that is fine too. Again, the intention is more important to us, and the blessings of our learned people like Mr. Rangacharya and other people also we need. And of course, our Babaji's blessing and Mahadeva Babaji's blessing is always there. So with that, I'm going to stop here presenting. So please let me know. Let me know any suggestions. How am I coming back? Okay. Sharing. Stop sharing.
You have to say stop sharing. Yeah. Go up and then you should say stop sharing.
Okay, so we are back here. I see Jayashree here. Maisa Lama has gone already. Chinnama is there close by. Preeti is here. Deepika is here. Mr. Rangacharya is here. Shyam is here. Thanks for all of you coming today. And if we have time, we will say a little bit of chutras. Otherwise, any discussion, any questions on this? Any suggestions? Preeti ji, yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Preeti, can you increase your volume, please? We can barely hear you.
Increase the volume, please.
Can you hear me now?
Barely, but yes. Can you come a little closer, probably, then we'll be.
Okay. Okay. So I was just wondering, when you mentioned about the investment in the property.
Yeah.
And fixed market.
Yeah.
Especially the. Can you hear me?
Very barely.
Yeah. Very barely we hear you, but I can hear. Yeah, they're all going to be part of the title there. Yes, go ahead.
No, I was just wondering because this COVID situation, we really don't know whether it's going to be like another year or 2 years. By the time people feel comfortable traveling and every single thing. So, is it really during this time a good idea to take that kind of a liability, or maybe start out taking with like a lease property for a year or two, and if things financially don't go okay because of the COVID and people cannot come in, then that after 12 months we're out, or whatever number of months are remaining for the lease, you can go out, and after 2 or 3 years when it is stable, then get into such a large investment, because having a mortgage for like 36,000 a year plus, I don't know whether it includes the escrow, plus the maintenance and whatever other utilities and other expenses will come.
Yeah.
Just come to like 4,000 a year, 4,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a good idea to
we figured out for this house particularly, we figured out including mortgage and maintenance, $3,000. There are some ways you can do that. Anyway, apart from that, again, the doubts and everything is fairly taken. But the thing is that we are investing in a very, very careful way, only in the place where the price is always stabilized. And I have seen, as a real estate agent, I'm looking around on Miami side and Pembroke Pines and Broward side, this side of the Broward, and it is always steady and actually keep increasing. If not by 1 or 2%, at least by 0.1, 0.2%, it is increasing steady. Like my house, I've been looking at the values and everything. It has been going up like anything. And also, the investment will never go away because we are using it, and some of you do not want to stay. Then people come and take the time. Then I will ask anybody who want to give that month of stay. If you give it to them, then you don't need to pay the monthly charge. So there are so many advantages there when you are making a group shares. So that is why I was putting it through. Yes, I understand your doubts because of COVID-19, property value may go down and all those stuff. But anyway, Shyamji or Rangachari sir, any comments on Preeti's doubts, questions?
I think it's a good point she raised.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea to have a talk on that and do some analysis. And she did make a very valid point.
Uh-huh.
And, so on the spot, I think it's difficult to make any comment.
Yeah.
Someone like to think about, because you are the real estate business.
Yeah.
You probably know.
Yes.
They don't grow any more land.
Yes.
And we just have to, so the real estate areas like this,
Yeah.
it's always going to make you, irrespective of what happens,
Yeah.
value will always be there.
Yes.
A little bit less, a little bit more. So sir, I think she brought a very valid point. It needs consideration.
Yes.
And put all of it together.
Yes.
And help to make this.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Preeti. Shyamji, you have any questions on, any comments on this?
Well, thank you for the program,
Yes.
and thank you for taking the initiative for the Yoga University of America.
Yes.
And I see some good points here. Number one, the property is next to your property, so it's easy to keep an eye on that.
Yes.
And number two is this can be right now. Yes, it's true because of COVID-19.
Yes.
There are restrictions. We may not have people coming in and staying there, and those are all valid points.
Yes.
But if people have, if they have an intention to help the university, number one. Number two is financial benefit is this mortgage, whoever shares, can be used as tax deduction.
Yes.
So whatever the mortgage looking, whoever is paying the money on that, you get tax deduction, which is a tax shelter. And I don't know if this property market value versus right now what you're getting. If you're not getting any deduction and it is going at market value,
Yes.
I just what is the incentive for the people, or especially the good fund was brought up
Yes.
2 years from now, what's going to happen.
Yes.
So we can sit down, analyze, and see how this thing is possible. And if you can have people that have that they can spare some money,
Yes.
and it is tax deductible, for them it is a good incentive, and also they're doing a good cause for two things. Good cause is for the Yoga University of America,
Mm-hmm.
and the benefit is they can get tax deduction,
Mm-hmm.
the long-term benefit of appreciation of the real estate. There are three benefits.
Yes.
So those are the benefits, and other things like maintenance has to be done, and the property has to be kept up. So since you are next door, you may be able to do that.
Yes.
So it's put all your heads together, like you said.
Yes.
You're going to have a coaching, a person in part. So what I'm saying is, if you can get 2 or 3 people who are interested,
Yes.
you can take major share.
Yes.
They can take major shares and they can handle the financial their sound.
Yes.
Say $1,000 per month.
Mm-hmm.
For me, 1,000. It's going to be tax deductible, and if they can pay that kind of money,
Yes.
and later on you can see it is a long-term commitment.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Thank you, Shanji. Yes.
That's it. That's all. I stopped it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Shanji. I think along with that, I just want to add that initially, whoever interested, you can join. If some of you want to wait for a year and then come and join, that's fine too. So anybody who's interested, we will be doing this. If some of you want to join in between after 1 or 2 years, that is also appreciated. And some of them who are already joined, if they want to go out after 1 or 2 years, again, I have given the option. So that time, whatever the value of the price increase, and they will take the share. So there's a lot of options available there. So there is no need for feeling that you're being forced to do that, or you're being forced to go out also. So options are always available. It is only a voluntary choice. So if you're comfortable, do that now. Otherwise, if you want to join later, be a silent appreciator and things like that, that's fine too. That is why I gave so many different options. But whatever coming to us as message, I think we should try. You should try your best to do this. As Shyamji was telling, there are so many benefits to our members, as well as you have the satisfaction of helping this Babaji's intention of spreading this knowledge in different ways. I think the one other way of looking at it, yes, COVID-19 and economical perspective, materialistic perspective, we are thinking about whether it is possible, money, and also how much it is, and all those stuff. But this is the need of the time. This is a need. This time, COVID-19 time, we really need to do something about it. All of these things are going on, and so your knowledge is available with us, and we have to take a stronger action. So we have to include a lot of people. We have to practice more. We have to spread this knowledge. So more people come, it will be better also. So that is my suggestion, to go ahead and try your best. Anybody interested, join us. If anybody want to join later on, if some of these doubts still linger on your mind, yes, be the silent partner. That is fine. We will go ahead and do it. Okay. So anybody else have any other questions or any comments? Okay, I think Jayashree is showing me the time that it is really going beyond time. But Rangajit sir, if you want to stay and talk about anything more after the meeting, you can stay. Shyamji, you are also welcome to stay. We haven't talked about this much, so you can also stay with us and talk. The only brief thing I want to tell about today's satsang is we have been talking about Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, and we almost completed about five sutras explaining how they are related to our Siddha's teachings, and how it is really applicable to us everyday life, and how we can relate our way of meditation, pranayam, and also the self-analysis or self-introspection. So, okay, so from sutra number 6 onwards, 6, 7 onwards, we will be talking about again in continuation next week. All right, so I'm going to keep up all the videos again in our YouTube Yoga University's channel. So any of you want to go through it, understand any questions, you can always talk to me or any of our learned people. Okay, so with that, I'm going to stop there, and let's do the Shivaya Nama and finish the meeting, unless you have anything else to say. Okay. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namaya Navasima Mavaya Nasi Siya Namava Vashimaya Navom Shivaya Nama.
Navasima Mavayana Siya Namava Vashimayana Om
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 Shivaya Nama.
Navasima Mavayana Siya Namava Vashimayana
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Give it to Tika.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Give me the tika. Thank you. And the prasad.
நம்ம போயிட்டாங்க. All right. Mr. Rangaraja sir, வணக்கம், நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா? Go ahead and tell me how we can participate in the உங்க டீச்சிங் வேணும் எங்களுக்கு. எப்போ பண்றீங்க நீங்க? சொல்லுங்க. When you are planning to do.
Auntie.
Aunties பார்க்கல. Mr. Rangaraja sir, are you still there? சொல்லுங்க. Go ahead and tell. எப்படி ஒரு 2 வாரத்தில் ஒரு half an hour 1 hour மாதிரி உங்களோட லெக்சர் கொடுக்க சொல்லலாமா? ஆன்லைனில், ஜூமில்.
I don't know what's happening. Maybe here.
Yeah, increase the volume.
You have to go.
Nipan. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. When we get the teaching, are you referring to astrology?
Yes. Teaching.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think a couple of weeks கழிச்சு, we can try. Maybe introduction, 30 minutes or 1 hour. We can do a Zoom meeting, sure.
Okay.
We can do that.
Okay. So I will plan on that. I'll let you know, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
And what do you think about the investment we are talking about? I know you are in the field for
I
quite some
think,
time.
that needs, that today is the first day I heard about that.
Okay.
We need to kind of, because the tax issues, those are all serious issues, because though yours is a non-profit organization,
Right.
the tax deduction, there are varieties of non-profit organizations,
Right.
There is a 30% charities, 50% charities. Let me spend some time. And you are a 501c3, right?
Yes. Yes. 501c. Yeah.
Fine. Okay. I'll spend some time on that, about that.
Yeah.
And then I will let you know on the tax issues.
Okay.
the deduction, what people will get.
Yes.
I will work on that and I will email you.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Shamji, you want to say something about about this? I didn't talk to you much.
Yeah,
Uh,
but the proposal is good,
Uh-huh.
and I went on Zillow and looked at the property,
uh,
and it is for ashram. It's okay, but as far as your idea is okay,
mhm.
but the only thing is we need to see how many people are willing to commit to this.
Okay.
And another thing is like Sri Rangachari, Mr. Rangachari is looking to that tax kind of
Right.
shelter,
Yes.
and then still at least they would get that benefit
Yes.
while they are also getting the benefit of property going up.
Mhm.
As the time value goes up, it goes up.
Right.
And nothing wrong. Miami is a good place to invest,
Mhm.
and it's an international destination for people to come and stay. There are many good advantages to have a property.
Mhm.
There's nothing.
Even for
nothing
the
like
Saint
that.
Lucia people, is very good too. Yeah.
Yeah, for Saint Lucia.
Mhm.
See, the thing is, here it is for you can do like a timeshare. You can do different ways. You can say the people can come and stay here
Mhm.
and enjoy the Miami, and they can come on a vacation,
Yes.
and as well as if they are interested, they can participate in Siddha Yoga teachings and meditation and all those things.
Right.
Or they can come for family vacation and use the property and
Yes.
and pay for
Absolutely.
pay.
Yes.
It's to stay in a hotel and making so comparatively it will be less expensive
Mhm.
and more safe to stay in a home.
Yes.
And so those are the good, a lot of advantages.
Yes.
And one is somebody has to make commitments to keep, by the property.
Right.
And I would recommend the people who have extra income,
Mhm.
and who has extra income is if they're well off and they want to tax shelter,
Mhm.
and also doing a good cause.
Right.
Those are two incentives that I can see.
Mhm.
And especially for youngsters, if they want a long-term investment without much risk,
Mhm.
so it's getting $500
Right.
per month
Mhm.
is not bad. People who are working to have a second property,
Right.
and it won't be too much of burden on
Right.
them. At the time, they can own a piece of property, and the value goes up,
Right.
and they can be part of the university, part of the group. So
Right.
there are many things that there are many advantages that which you have mentioned in
Right.
your lecture. I
Right.
see that.
Mhm.
Initially, people may have, right now, the timing is bad, COVID-19.
Right.
And secondly is,
Mhm.
if the property is coming down in, suppose the market value is 450,000,
Mhm.
if you're getting for 400 or 350,000,
Mhm.
and if they're really they want to sell it,
Right.
whatever the reason,
Mhm.
when you get it less than market value, so
Mhm.
there itself you gain some money value
Right.
by getting the property for less than market value.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why I'm-
This is a good idea. In fact, that's a very good idea. I've been looking at it as a real estate agent. I have access to MLS and all those places. There are places where you can get, but unfortunately, it's not in our area where it is really value is going up, value is good. You have seen that area around. So this is a place where it's a standardized place where the value goes up, never goes down. Even now, it is going up. Whereas there are places like in Miami area or East Broward, you can get much cheaper price. In fact, the value go down very badly there. We can get some that kind of investment, but that won't be good for our kind of group meditation, our kind of cleanliness, our kind of those are all fixed and free properties kind of thing. And also, we want somebody to take care close by too. So with all the consideration, and also the value should not go down in any case, even in the COVID-19 situation, the value should not go down because people want to get some return in their investment. So that's one of the reasons I chose this. But you're right. I can look around other places also, even if I have to go drive and take care of it, even if not close by, we can look at that. Some properties where we can gain more profit even initially. A property worth 400,000, they are giving for 250,000 because they want to sell it. So as soon as you bought, then you have an equity of 100,000, 150,000. That is also good. But those are all like investment materialistic way of thinking, investment purpose, getting the money, business people. But if you balance out both our kind of need, our kind of investment, that is why I put this. But definitely, I will put that into consideration. What you said, is there any other property which is close to us, which is coming down in value? That also we can do. Now, this property is only an example. Like this, we can buy in the name of a university. We can buy other properties also. If more people want to invest and get more money, like these people are giving some money for 10% interest, we can put that in a place where what you are saying, like property value goes up, and easily you can fix and flip the property. As Sri Rangacharya was telling, real estate is one place where if you keep for a long period of time, you will never lose the value. The only thing is you have to keep it a little more time, at least a couple of years, at least 3-4 years, and the value will never go down. People usually don't lose the money. People lose the money only when they want to do quickly, within 6 months, within 1 year, within all those things, or people are selling in a bad time. But otherwise, as far as I have seen, real estate value, real estate investment never goes down that much. Most of the big tycoons, they're all real estate investors only, as you know that. So from that point, yes, you're right. Maybe we can look at some properties in that line also.
And another thing is, wherever you are real estate agent, location is important.
Yes.
And if there is a bad property in good location and you are getting a good value,
yes,
and you can get that and fix it up, then that would be good.
Yes.
But only thing is I am saying is that don't buy into bad location.
Yes, exactly. We need a place like this, like my house, like the house next door where you're clean. Even if you, like a waterfront where I need a meditation, pranayam, all this in a nice pranic place where you get a lot of prana and everything. So that is why, I will look around things like that, the properties like that. But yes, this is a filtered one. So you're right. There have to be a balance. We don't want to be in a place where they are fix and flipping with all the mold and everything, where you sit and meditate because it's a low value. Remember, we are going to take people from St. Lucia. Maybe some of the deans may come in. Devaraj may come and stay. Things like that. And there are people outside also, outside our state. From India also, people may try to invest. So, Jayashree. So, Mr. Rangacharya sir, do you want to have any comments on Shamrij, what she said?
What I had in mind was, the property next to you make the best sense because with the little bit, the price, it's a good area where you are living, and the house next to yours, if you are able to get it at a reasonable price, and you know that what it is, that would make a lot of sense. Commuting wise, and it's direct under your control, and it's a nice place. Your location is very good. No?
Yes, thank you.
So spiritually, vibrationally, instead of going into, Miami is not the best place on planet. I think the Pembroke Pines, we really don't want to really have for our kind of get together. We don't want a very commercial place Those are all considerations fine.
Mm-hmm.
Having a property is very unlikely you're going to lose the value.
Right.
And it may not go up in value, but nobody is going to lose their shirt. Very unlikely.
Yes.
And therefore, I think the focus, if it is possible for you to focus on the house next to you,
Mm-hmm.
and the terms,
Mm-hmm.
and probably that's something which comes to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritually, vibrationally, that property to me looks to be good.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
If you are able to get it, the price you feel is reasonable.
Good. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. Shamji, anything else you want to say?
No, that is fine. See whoever is interested and see if they can. If you have try to keep as less many people involved as less many people, it's better to manage.
Okay.
And also those who are financially sound
Mm-hmm.
and those financially sound
Mm-hmm.
and those who want to have some kind of tax shelter,
Mm-hmm.
I think they should. I think it is good for them.
Okay.
And if youngsters, if they want to own a property for less with less risk, going in a joint venture with you and other person.
Yeah.
And some two youngsters are in their 40s.
Yeah.
They don't mind paying $500 extra, and then it is just like an investment.
Mm-hmm.
And as well as it can be for, it can be. There are many benefits for them. They can have their friends come and stay. They can have relatives come and stay, and so those kind of opportunities are there.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, it's not too much on their budget.
Mm-hmm.
And so discuss on personal level instead
Mm-hmm.
of going into a public. You need to talk one-on-one
Mm-hmm.
with people.
Right.
And you talk on one-on-one and tell them and see what is their financial situation.
Mm-hmm.
And how much they can. It is like a saving, instead of putting in the bank. Right now you get nothing. You're putting in the bank.
Yeah.
But if you put in property, and eventually you are getting tax shelter. And number two is also the property will go up.
Yeah.
So there are many advantages.
Yes.
So that's you talk to one-on-one
Mm-hmm.
and see who are interested. Especially youngsters who are in 40s, it is a good 40s or 50s.
Uh-huh.
It's a good investment. Long term, 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
The property, suppose the property value goes up to 800,000 or something like that.
Right.
They get good return on their investment.
Right. So I think Mr. Rangachari, Sri Rangachari is also telling me earlier to talk to some venture capitalists also. I don't know how much you know about venture capitalists. Some of them may take some risk in this kind of thing. There's no risk involved at all. Rangachari sir, சொல்றீங்களா அது எப்படின்னு? Can you tell us about the venture capitalists?
I think probably that avenue may not be suitable for this project because the venture capitalists, their primary goal is get the maximum out of the business. They take risk at the same time. They want unreasonable return. And so for our kind of a project, and we can spend some time. There may be some, as I told you in the morning, everything is flexible and we don't know. There may be some very spiritually oriented venture capital also, who knows that?
Right.
But it takes time to kind of prospect and start sending information, and there may be somebody is more philanthropically oriented.
Right.
It's possible, no? So therefore, there is no need to leave any habit, but it's going to take some time to communicate and kind of give them some information and let the process continue. You don't have to make any assumptions.
Yes.
And as I told you in the morning, no two people think alike.
Right.
So
exactly.
Generally, from venture capitalists, their nature is they are really, really money-hungry people, but there may be some good people also. And so we don't have to generalize that.
Right.
It's an avenue which can be tried.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So Shyamji, so that's what it is. I think you're right. So I will email personally to everybody, and then I will talk to them also if they agree how things can be done. So I think we should go from there. So instead of going to venture capitalists, even it takes time, maybe among our group members or somebody who is really interested in this, maybe we should start looking at. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
Don't exclude the people from India. They have quite a bit of money there. So
Yeah.
talk to Dr. Yogi Devaraj and see if some people want to take,
Mm.
because they will be more interested because they will have a property here, and when they travel to Miami, they can stay there
Mhm.
and they can send their friends. So
Right.
I see more incentive
Yeah.
from India, and I know in Yelahanka,
Yeah.
Dr. Yogi Devaraj has got a lot of, he knows a lot of people,
Uh-huh.
and see if anybody would be interested from there, and they can also be part of the yoga university.
Very good, very good. Thank you, sir. And maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, I will talk to Devaraj, to Guruji Devaraj, and maybe I will have a meeting with the Yoga University of America's people there, Vice President and Shalraj and all those stuff, and let them discuss among themselves to see whether there is any, including Dr. Radhakrishnan's grandson. Remember he was talking about? He's a big businessman now. So people like that, maybe they will be traveling after this COVID-19 quite often. And
Another thing-
yeah.
Another thing is they don't have to take. They can put money. They can put cash in there
Right.
and buy and put their cash in there, and then they will get the title on the property,
Yeah.
and they don't have to worry about taking loan or anything. They can
Right.
come up $100,000-$200,000 cash,
Mhm.
and they can take many of the shares,
Mhm.
and they don't have to pay monthly, mortgage payments or anything.
Okay. Good.
Dr. Manohar, I
Solunga,
will
sir.
take leave.
Yes.
And good night. Huh?
Okay, sir. Good night, sir. Thank you.
I'll take leave.
Okay, sure.
I'll
Thank-
take leave.
Thanks for your suggestions, sir. Thank you. Good night.
Sure.
So, okay, Manohar, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. So yeah, that is what I think. Maybe we should keep in touch with Shyamji, you are our Devaraja too, and his brother-in-law. Mm.
And they can probably invest about a couple of 100,000, because some of the people over there that what Dr. Yogi Devaraj,
Yeah.
they have quite a bit of well-to-do people are there,
Uh-huh.
and see if they can get involved. I think that would be easy for you,
Mm.
because
Mm.
that way you don't worry about too much of mortgage,
Right.
and that it is like an investment for them.
Mm.
Would be investment. Plus, they have a place to come and stay. They can send their friends. They have a lot of advantage. People like to come to Miami, and from there they can come to Disney World
Mm-hmm.
and all those things. So you try to get. Did you get any feedback from Dr. Yogi Devaraj?
No, not yet. He's so busy with that Rotary Yuva Forum, and they had a meeting. They invited me also, and all those things are going on. So I had to put this in mind. Maybe I should talk to him personally, along with the proposal I gave, though that thing may get into his mind deeply. I don't think he understands too much about it and how serious we are, because he has so many things in his mind. So
You see, you can influence Dr. Selvaraj, because he is the Vastu person, he's a Vastu professor. He can always have a place, and he can come and do his Vastu business here also.
Right. Yeah.
Try to influence him. That way, he would have a place. He can come and stay a couple of months
Mm-hmm.
and do his business.
Right.
In people, and then that may be a good proposition for him.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yeah. So I will, since that's from Rotary and this and that, maybe in one of the meetings, I will tell them I will email them first and then talk to them, see how the interest goes. I'm thinking in the long term, even if some students want to come here, they're related to somebody, we can accommodate them too. So this kind of place and give them some admission.
You see, you can do several ways. You can do several ways, Manoranji.
Yeah.
You can always give to this H1 visa people
Right.
who like to come in for 1 month, 2 months,
Mm.
and they transfer that. Then you can advertise also in that direction, so you can get income from them. So it's not just
Right.
it's not restricted just for. It's not just restricted for Yoga University.
Mm.
It can be used as I mean, in order to get some income to maintain the property.
Right. Exactly.
You may want to think in those terms also.
Right.
And that way that you get some income. Otherwise, it would be a lot of burden on. If they're well off, like I don't know, you may know better than the people that you know who are well off, and that would